I will start today's class by I have to teach you. I have not written you explicitly the conditions for LCAO. I have not taught you explicitly conditions for LCA, or linear combination of atomic orbitals. Or although you know about the conditions, I have thrown the conditions here and there. For example, if I ask you, Ahmed, in linear combination of atomic orbitals, this is the concept of MOT, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now in this, two atomic orbitals combine, correct?
Yes, sir.
So should they have very high difference in energy for a good combination, or their energy difference should be comparable and there should be minimum
Comparable.
comparable? Okay, so that is the first. So you know the conditions, na? The
Yes,
combining
sir.
atomic the, the combining AOs should have should have similar or equal similar or equal energy. Okay. The next point is, the overlapping orbitals should have their symmetries matched. Correct. That only then the combination can take place. Am I right, Mariam?
Yes, sir.
So that is the second condition. The combining atomic orbital must have, and this is a must. Like if it is not same symmetry, same is what? Either the symmetries are same or they are not same. So there are only two cases. So the combining atomic orbitals must have the same symmetry, the same symmetry about the molecular axis, about the molecular axis. Now, what is molecular axis? It is just another name of AKA, also known as INA, that is internuclear axis. The last one is kind of obvious, but they have NCERT mentions this explicitly, so I'm writing this. Combining atomic orbitals must overlap to the maximum extent. Okay, so these are the conditions for LCAO, linear combination of atomic orbitals. These cannot combine. These cannot combine. Why not? They can combine. The electron density is present in the x-axis, and here it is present in the, let me say this is the z-axis. It is present in the z-axis. So if I take the center here, if I take the center this way, and I'm moving in the x-axis. Now I take the center here, same center, and I'm moving along the x-axis. I see no electrons here, but here I see some electrons. Hence I can say that these both of them have different symmetries. Both of them have different symmetries, and hence they do not combine with each other according to LCAO. According to LCO, since 2px and 2py have different symmetries, they can't combine. They can't combine. Okay, here let us do. There is a question in NCRT which is very one of the favorite questions they give for molecular orbital theory in examinations, and it is compare the relative stability Now just I am telling you, for stability, one has to do experiments, correct? But see the power of theory. See the power of theory. While sitting here in your pen and paper, you can comment about the stability of any molecule, any charged species, how they are, which is one is more stable, which one is less stable. You can tell about the stability. I mean, this is the power of theory. Okay, and when you are learning science, then appreciate those moments. Appreciate those moments in which you don't have to do experiments. You are just sitting at a table and you are almost telling everything about a compound, about a molecule. Appreciate these little things and you will enjoy chemistry also. So compare the relative stability and comment on their magnetic nature. What do I mean by magnetic nature? It can either be diamagnetic or paramagnetic. The molecules given are O2, O2 plus, O2 minus, O2 plus and O2 minus, and there is one more. This is O2 minus is called peroxide. And there's another O2 2 negative. O2 2 negative. Okay, sorry, I am messed up this one. Wait a second. O2 minus. This is superoxide. I messed up with the names. O2 minus is peroxide, and O2 2 minus is peroxide. O2 minus is superoxide. O2 2 minus is peroxide. O2 minus is superoxide.
Superoxide.
Okay, fine.
So
Now,
what
how
do you
to
mean by superoxide?
peroxide is just what can I say? Peroxide. It is like this now. Now, what is this called? You don't know this?
H2O2.
H2O2. Yes, right. What do you call it? The name that you said is a molecular formula.
Hydrogen peroxide.
Yes, hydrogen peroxide.
Peroxide.
So what I go is with this, that there is one oxygen per hydrogen, correct?
Okay.
Okay. And now
Asking what is superoxide?
superoxide is derived from, this was peroxide, correct? Now they derived this from peroxide, they derived to this superoxide. Now, first of all, we have to understand what is peroxide. The next one is what? You asked about superoxide. Superoxide is any compound which will contain this particular entity. It will be called superoxide, and this is a systematic name for dioxide, which has a -1 charge, That's it. I will give you the steps what to do here. Okay, what to do here is, as simple for O2 is dioxide, na? Now, can you let me tell the steps here? First of all, write or draw molecular orbital diagram for each. So you will do this for O2. Then for O2, what you will do? Count the unpaired electron. If you get 0, then it is diamagnetic. If you get this is not equal to 0, then that will be para. The third point is bond order. Calculate bond order. BO high, stability high. me start drawing. I'm not drawing 1s. Okay, I'm not drawing 1s. I will start from 2s. Or should I draw 1s? Let me draw 1s. Fine. I have just reduced that dabba to a line. I have reduced that box to a line now. So what are these? This is 1s. This is 1s. This is sigma 1s. This is sigma star 1s. Next one will be 2s, and we will have 3 2p. Next one will be 2s, then 3 2p. This is 2s. This is 2s. This is 2p. This is 2p. I guess I have to draw 2p a bit more above to give me some space, and let me move this a bit here. Okay, fine. Reduce the 2s will be also having, in this there will be first sigma anti-bonding, then the pi will come, okay. Now we have, this is 2s, and that is sigma star 2s. This is sigma 2pz. This is pi. This is pi. This is also pi star now. This is pi star. This is sigma star 2pz. Okay. Were you able to draw at least this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now let us start the balance. How many electrons are there? Total electrons, total
16.
electrons is equal to, so first of all, we used to write it 1, 2, 3, 4, correct? 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 in 1, and this will also be having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So total will be, this is for oxygen, this is for oxygen, these are for O2, these are for O2. This is AO. This is also atomic orbitals. These are molecular orbitals. These are molecular orbitals. Okay, now let us start filling the molecular orbitals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I can write O2. We can start from here, sigma 1s 2, sigma star 2 1s, then sigma 2s2, sigma 2s star 2. Then we will have sigma 2pz 2. Then we will have pi 2px.
So is it paramagnetic?
Yes, it is paramagnetic. Now we can see unpaired electrons here.
Yes, sir.
2py 2. Then we will at last have, and we will have pi 2p, pi star 2px with 1, and pi star 2py with 1 electron. This is the electronic configuration for O2 molecule. Electronic configuration for O2 molecule. Then we will comment on the bond order. Bond order is equal to NB bonding minus number of electrons in bonding molecular orbital, number of electrons in anti-bonding molecular orbital divided by 2. We have now bonding. How much bonding are there? See, we can ignore these two. Or we should we take these two? Because see, the number of here is 2, the number in anti-bonding is 2, the number is here 2, the number in anti-bonding is equal to 2. So whatever difference is making other 2p orbitals, correct? Other 2p orbitals. Even if you want to take, then let us start 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 2, 4, 6, and 10. 10 minus 2, 4, and 6. Bond order is this much, and magnetic nature. Two unpaired electrons. Is equal to how? That will be paramagnetic. It will be paramagnetic. Correct.
Way too.
Yes, you have all set it rightly. 2.5. This is also written in magnetic nature. This is what this was, para. This will be also para. Now, Mariam has given me the answer for O2 negative. Now I am taking answers for O2 negative. So I guess now I can write the O2 negative's answer. O2 negative is how much? 1.5. This is also
Para.
para. This is 1.0. This is
Dia.
dia. If anyone has any doubt, then just tell me. And now here we will write relative stability. So the highest bond order is for O2 positive. So first we'll give that O2 positive. Then next O2. Next is O2 negative. Next one is O2. Two negative, according to the bond order, that we have calculated. Correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
there is one question in NCERT, and please, please, if I say, question is, what is the significance of plus and sign in orbitals? What will you say?
Opposite spins of electron. Plus half.
Opposite?
Plus half and minus half.
It is plus half. Where did I write half?
Oh, sorry, sir.
Signifies the position.
They are asking this.
Phases, sir.
Yes, phases. Okay, this is phases. Okay, now you know these two words, crest and trough.
Yes, sir. The wave.
We know that only too. If it is
Yeah.
upward, this is crest. If it is downward, this is trough. Correct? Crest and trough. So you can also write the positive phase and negative phase, and positive denotes crest, negative denotes trough. Okay, very good. Okay, now let us move on. We are done with molecular orbital diagram, molecular orbital theory. Now let us study bond parameters. Bond parameters. Now a bit of prelude and a bit of primer kind of thing before bond parameters. The bond parameters that you can know of are bond angle. You have seen bond angle. You have also seen bond order. Correct? What else do you know about bonds? What different things do you know about bond? The other things that you know?
Different type of bond.
No. Like I said, a bond order, bond angle, and there's one more bond. Bond length. No,
Yes,
you have
sir,
not
bond
heard bond
length.
length. Bond
Yes,
and other parameter. Come on. Are okay. Bond length GTH. Now if I will say you will bond energy,
Yes.
and lastly we will study about bond strength. Bond strength. Okay. So we will do this in a classical type of sense. Okay. So for bond angle, where will you go for bond angle? If you want to determine the bond angle, where will you go? Vesper na? Vesper theory,
Yes, sir.
hybridization.
Yes, sir.
In these we studied bond angle. Na? Here we studied bond angle. Bond order in a simple concept. One, if BO is equal to 1, that means what? Single bond. If 2, then double. If 3, then triple. This way. Bond length, we don't know. Bond energy, how to calculate? We don't know that. Bond strength, and this bond length and bond energy will determine bond strength only. So we don't know this, correct? So we have the information about bond angle and bond order. Then we will relate bond angle and bond order to bond length. And from bond length, we will derive bond energy. And from bond energy, we will tell us about and comment about bond strengths. Okay. So first of all, let us start with, did you understand this now? Did we
Yes.
hear bond length in any of the concepts?
yes, sir. Here
You heard it. Where did you hear? Bond
In
length.
class.
Which
in school.
in school.
Class.
Which theory gives us information about bond length? If I say bond angle in, let us say, BeCl2 versus let me tie BCl3. Now tell me, where is the bond angle higher?
BCl2.
BCl2, no? It is 180 degree.
Yes,
BCl2 is 120. This is 180. This is 120. Correct.
yes,
So you
sir.
said this on the basis of which theory? Vesper theory.
Vesper theory.
But now, if I say, tell me about the bond length, what will you say? Which theory gave us? Did anyone give us information about the bond lengths?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
See, so we will use theory, then we will relate it to bond lengths, then bond energy, and then bond strength at last. Okay. Tell me.
Sir, in the last question we did, like when we drew the molecular structure and we did, orbitals and did, we got bond. Wait, what we got? Yeah, bond order is equal to 1.5.
Hmm.
What type of bond is it? Single or double?
It is neither single, it is neither double. No. See, first of all, I think I should say it or not. Sigma bond. Okay. Pi bond. These all concepts, this bond type of concepts, these are not present in molecular orbital theory. This is an orbital theory. It says that there are orbitals. It doesn't say anything about bonds. We had valence bond theory. In that we predicted about the bonds. Okay. And even if you go, there are sigma molecular orbitals, pi molecular orbitals. Correct? So
Yes.
bond order is a concept which has been borrowed from VBT because this was relatively, it tells us about the stability and it can predict stability. Hence, it was borrowed from VBT and applied to MOT. Okay. You understood now? Even when I wrote to you about sigma MO, if when we defined sigma molecular, that is bonding molecular orbital, we defined it as what? Symmetrical around the internuclear axis. It was orbitals and not bond. There's a subtle difference here. And hence, if you are asked about sigma bond, then you will define the sigma bond according to VBT. Why? Because sigma bond is present in VBT. But if you are asked about sigma MOs, you will define it according to MOT. Okay. have this subtle difference: molecular orbital theory and valence bond theory. Okay, now let us bond length and bond order. First of all, what we will do? Bond angle. Bond angle. What is bond angle? Bond angle is the angle between two bonds originating from one atom. Originating from one atom, better word is same atom. Same atom. For example, this is A, this is B, this is B. So this angle, what if we can write? This angle X or theta is the bond angle. Okay. This is the formal definition for bond angle. But in questions, what you will have? In questions, you will have compare the bond angle between NH3 and PH3. Okay. Compare bond angle between BeCl2 and BCl2. Compare bond angle between BCl2, BeCl2, let me take BCl3 and BR3, BF3. This type of questions comes in examination. Okay, so how to deal with these questions and what are the steps that you need to follow? So first of all, we will check the hybridization, determining or comparing the bond angles, comparison of bond angles. The first step that you will do is to find the hybridization of each of the atoms. Number one, check hybridization and compare. So you can either get, for your case, you will either get the hybridization as sp3, sp2, or sp. Correct? sp3, sp2, or sp. For sp3, what is the angle? What is the angle for sp3?
109.5 degree.
109.5
Yes, sir.
degree. Mariam, what is for sp2? Like that only. Mariam, can you please use the chat? But I guess you know the answer. That is 120 degree. For sp, it is
Aquarium.
okay, fine. 109.5 degree, 120 degree, and 180 degree. So if you know the hybridization, you can easily comment, okay, fine. If it is sp3, then it will be 19.5. It is sp2, then 120. If it is sp, then 180. Okay, fine. But what about molecules like, if we have said NH3, PH3, both of them will have same type of hybridization. Next, what we will do? This is the first step. Second step, if hybridization is same, then check the
Their pairs,
lone pair.
pairs and bond pairs.
No, lone pair, just lone pair. Check
Yes.
lone pair on central atom. If the lone pair on central atom is high, what will happen? Bond angle will be low. We can do this. We can do this exercise, lone pair on and this one. For example, compare or not hybridization, bond angle. Bond angle between NH3 and H2O. So first of all, hybridization. First of all, what we will write? Hybridization of NH3. Hybridization is what? sp3. Here is also sp3. Correct? Any doubt in this? sp3?
No, sir.
Lone pair. How many lone pairs for nitrogen? I am asking about lone pair. How many lone pair electrons?
0.
Are 0? If 0, then coordination number will be 3 and the hybridization will be sp2. It has one lone pair, na? It has one lone pair. Coordination number is 4,
Yeah.
sp3, one lone pair. For oxygen?
2 lone pair and 2 bond pair.
And then just lone pair answer, just lone pair. We don't
Coordination number is
need
4 again.
2 lone pairs.
Coordination
Okay.
number is 4 again.
Yes, it's 4. Now compare the bond angle. What we will say? If the lone pair in central atom O has, and this is NH3.
NH3 has bigger bond angle than H2O.
Correct. If the on the lone pair of central atom increases, the bond angle decreases. So this will be having greater bond angle than H2O. Why? See, the lone pair will be repelling, and this theta will be reducing. This theta will
Reduced.
be reducing. Okay. Next is if hybridization is same. We have done this. Now what happens if the lone pair on central atom is same? That is the third case.
I have a question.
Yes.
The angle between hydrogen and hydrogen are in the second diagram as smaller than this one, right? NH3.
There are two molecules, H2O and NH3. Yes. What is your question?
Between the two hydrogen, the angle is less than this one, right? These hydrogens.
I mean, these hydrogen, how can I understand the hydrogen? You say the hydrogens of oxygen, the hydrogens of nitrogen, hydrogens of H2 or hydrogen of NH3. Tell me like this.
Hydrogen of nitrogen.
Hydrogen of nitrogen
As
will have.
the angle is smaller between these, right? Then the
It's in
hydrogen
3D
of
way,
oxygen.
bro. It is around 109.5 around.
Is 107. No,
Yes,
no,
sir.
no. Yes, this is 3D picture. The nitrogen is a pyramidal shape. Na? Did you forget this or what? It is like this, na? Pyramid shape. So this angle is around 107. This angle is around 105.
104.5.
Abir, did you get it now?
Yes.
Okay, fine. If the lone pair on central atom is same, now if hybridization is same and lone pair on central atom is same, then you have two choices. The one case will be central atom is different. Central atom different and the surrounding atoms are same. Surrounding atoms are same. Then you always have to compare the different one. Okay, whenever you see something different, compare that. Now you will see the electronegativity of central atom. What you will see? En of central atom. If the electronegativity of central atom is high, then the bond angle will be low. Electronegativity, wait a second. Electronegativity of central atom is high. Wait a second. It will be high. See, let us have A and B. These are electrons. Now, if A will be having more electronegativity, the electrons will be pushed this side. If they will be pushed towards A atom, then there will be low difference between these electrons, and these electrons will do what? These electrons will repel each other. These electrons will repel each other, making the bond angle higher, making the bond angle higher. The next case is for Ca is same, central atom same, and surrounding atom are different. Surrounding atoms are different. Now what will happen? Now what will you check? The electronegativity of central atom or surrounding atom? Abir?
Surrounding atom.
Yes, surrounding atom. You have to only check that one which is different. So En of surrounding atom. En of surrounding atom is high. Then what will happen? Bond angle. Let us see what will happen to bond angle. We have this particular molecule AB. The electronegativity of B is high. Okay. So here the electrons will be shifted towards B. So distance is large, and hence what will happen? They will not have greater repulsion. They will have lesser repulsion. If the repulsion is less, the bond angle will shrink. The bond angle will shrink and it will come down. Let us start. BCl3, BCl2, CCl4. Then second question.
So we just have to say whether it is which one is bigger and which one is smaller, right?
Yes,
Angle
yes.
between
Bond.
them.
You have to compare the
Yes,
bond
sir.
angle. You can write it like this: A, B, C.
Yes, sir. Done.
You can give us the. You can give me the answer in chat. Greater than and smaller than arrow.
Okay, sir.
The sign greater than an inequality sign. Use that and just tell me.
Sir, what should I do?
You have to compare the bond angles between BCl3, BCl2, and CCl4. Then next question is for N2 positive, N2 negative. Next question is for SO2 and SO3. Next I'm giving it for NO3 negative, NO2 negative, NO2 positive. No, this is A, B,
Yeah.
C. Now I'm starting. For BCl3, BCl2, CCl4, all you have to do first of all hybridization. If you find the hybridization, what is the hybridization here? It is sp2, and you will also write the angle here. Now angle here will be sp2. For sp2 it will be 120 degree. BCl2 is sp. This is linear, hence 180 degree. This is CCl4. This will be sp3. This will be tetrahedral, and hence 109.5 degrees. So we can say that the smallest is A. Then we have, sorry, smallest is A, then we have, sorry, C, then we have, who is laughing?
CCl4
CCl4,
is the
that is C.
smallest, and then BCl3,
Then
and then BeCl2.
CAB. Okay, Abhi, where did you get it wrong?
Sir, did you get
Sir,
my
in the
answer?
ANC.
I have not
In the
received your
ANC, I
answer.
was taken.
Mariam, I have not received your answer.
It was correct
Yes.
anyway.
Okay, fine then. What about question 2? NO2 positive. Tell me
B
NO2
greater
positive.
than A.
NO2 positive. What
B.
will be the hybridization for NO2 positive?
It will be Sp.
Okay, Mariam and Abir, did you get why it is SP?
No, sir.
No? Okay, fine.
It will be SP2.
Why SP2? We will see. NO2 positive. That means N has a bond with, N has bonds with oxygen and with
Oxygen. Two oxygens.
oxygen. Two oxygen. And nitrogen does not have one electron. Okay.
Yes,
We
sir.
will remove one electron. No? We will remove one electron from this species. We will remove one electron from this species. If we will make the Lewis dot structure, it will come like this. N, and here, wait a second. Try to make a Lewis dot structure first. And a positive sign here. Okay, so this does not have any lone pair, nitrogen. What about this nitrogen? It has a lone pair. Nitrogen is making how many bonds? N2. This is oxygen, and here there will be lone pair. This will be negative sign. Okay. So this is what? Sp. And this is what? Sp2. So 180 degrees, 120 degrees, correct? So NO2 will be greater than N2 negative.
SO2 greater than SO3.
And tell me the hybridization.
It will be Sp and Sp2.
Now tell me the total valence electron. How many in sulfur? 6, na?
6, yeah.
6. So sulfur double bond O, 1, 2. We have used how many? 1, 2, 3,
8.
4. 2 remaining. So there will be the coordination number is equal to 3. This will be sp2. You know, coordination number is 3. How it is 3? Because the multiple bonds are counted as single electron pair.
Wow.
Multiple bonds, Vesper theory, last point or second last point. Now SO3, this will be S double bond O, double bond O, double bond O. Coordination number 3. Hybridization is equal to sp2. Now what you have to compare here? You have to compare the lone pairs. Lone pair is equal to 1. Lone pair is equal to 0.
0.
So if the lone pair is high, the bond angle is also, the bond angle will happen what? What will happen to the bond angle?
It will go low.
Higher.
It will go-
Strength,
Wow, who said higher?
ripple.
Repulsion, no. Lone pair repulsion will take place. This will
Lower.
come shrink down.
So SO3 greater than SO2.
Hybridization sp2. This is also sp2. LP, how much? 1. Here it is 0. If lone pair is great, if lone pair is present, then what will happen? The angles will shrink. So SO3 will be having greater angle than SO2. Now compare here NO3 negative, NO2 negative, and NO2 positive. First of all, hybridization. Fine. sp2, all will be sp2. These will be sp2. This will be sp2, and we have known earlier that NO2 positive will be sp. So first of all, by hybridization, what we can say? By hybridization, we can say that C is the highest. We can say C is the highest. Now we have to compare between sp2 and sp2. Then we will look at what? Lone pair electrons. Lone pair electrons. Now tell me, lone pair electrons. This will be having 0 lone pair electrons. Why? All the nitrogen, all the nitrogen's electrons have been bonded. Oxygen, oxygen,
Yes, sir.
oxygen, and one negative.
So it will be C greater than A greater than
It
B.
will leave that. First of all, tell me the process. Tell me the
Okay.
process.
NO2 minus will have 1 lone pair.
NO2 minus will have, yes, one lone
One
pair.
lone pair,
And this will be having
0.
Z-
0
No.
lone pair.
It will also have.
It does not have any lone pair. It will be 180
even if
degrees.
it has lone pair or don't have lone pair, we have already determined its fate. Now we have said that
Yeah.
bond angle of NO2 positive
Yes,
will be
sir.
the highest. Now for NO3 and NO2 negative, what we will see? NOC is highest. Then
NO3
here, NO3.
and
That is
O2
NO3 is what?
minus.
This is A now.
A
Then again we will cap.
greater than B.
Correct. Now let us do one more. We clear this. NH3, NH4, and NH2. NH4, this will be positive, and NH2 negative. Compare. This will be what? sp3. This is also sp3. This will be also sp3. And then you have to compare the bond, the number of lone pair. Lone pair here. Lone pair is equal to 1. Here lone pair is equal to 0. Here lone pair is equal to how much?
2.
2. Now you say, which will be having
NH4.
NH4
And
positive,
NH3. And then NH2
NH3,
negative.
then NH2, negative. Okay, just one more thing. What teaches what sometimes you will get this in competition, you will get also in this sequence NO2, and you cannot find the actual hybridization for NO2 because it has an odd electron species. It does not have hybridization which you can find easily. So just remember this, at the bond angle NO2, bond angle is equal to 132 degrees. 132 degrees. Okay, then you can compare now.
Yes.
Now how will you compare? What will be the angle here? Here it has 0 lone pair, so 120. sp2 will be having
Sir.
what? sp2 will be having
120 degree.
132 degrees.
no sp2
120
this
degree.
not purely 120 because one
Okay,
lone
it
pair
will
is
be
there.
less than 120 degree because there is a lone pair.
It will be
Less
less
than
than
120
120
degree.
degrees. This will be 180 degrees, correct? So if I
Yes, sir.
have NO2, then we can write the sequence as first for NO2 positive will be 180 degree, NO2 positive 180 degree. Then we will have 132. Then we will have 132, right? For 120 degrees. That is for NO2. Then we will have 120, that is NO3 negative. Then we will have NO2 negative. This will be sequence if they give you NO2. If they give you NO2. Now let us look at the last one, NH3 and PS3. NH3 versus PS3. First of all, we have to compare the bond angles. So first of all, hybridization. Hybridization is sp
2.
इतना पढ़ाने के बावजूद sp2 कहते हैं लोग. Nitrogen has one lone pair ना, pyramidal structure ना, sp3 ना, H2O, CH4, NH3, all these have what?
Yes, sir.
sp3.
Kant, Ast. You know what is Kant? No? Throat. Okay. And Ast means residence, residing somewhere, residing. And this whole word means Kanthast it means that you should be having these words in your throat. As soon as I say NH3, your voice, your throat should say sp3. Whenever I say CH4, your throat should say sp3. Okay. So it should be Kanthast. It should be Kanthast. Now hybridization is sp3. Now tell me about the lone pair. You have nitrogen, we have phosphorus. One lone pair in both of them.
Yeah.
Lone pair is also same. Next we will look at what? Next we will look at what is the third point did we say? Either the central atom will be different or the central atom will be same. What is the answer here? Central atom is different. Ca is equal to different. Now we will look at nitrogen and phosphorus. Which is more electronegative, nitrogen versus phosphorus? More electronegative? Nitrogen, no? Nitrogen has greater electronegativity than phosphorus. Now look at this. Nitrogen, H, 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 P, H, H, H. Now these electron will be closer to nitrogen. Electron will be closer to nitrogen and they will be repelling each other. They will be repelling each other. So what will happen? What will happen? Bond angle of NH3 greater than bond angle of PH3. Okay, now what is the bond angle of NH3? It is around 107 degrees. Okay, what is the bond angle of PH3? It is approximately equal to 92, 93 degrees, 92 or 93 degrees. So now we will look at why is it this is 107, this is 92, 93 degrees. Okay, Array, did you understand this much? Abir, Ahmed and Mariam.
Yes, sir,
Yes,
but bond
sir.
angle of pH3, I did not understand that.
You understand up till here? Bond angle of NH3 will
Yes,
be
sir. Yes, sir.
okay. But I am just saying this is the experimental value. Now we don't have experimental values in our course. We just have to make qualitative relative orders, qualitative comparison, and we have some of the quantitative aspect, that is the angles. Then we will conclude some things from there. 92 to 93 degrees was found, bond angle for PS3. Now, why is that? We will look at it. Why is that? We will look at it. Okay, that is only what I'm going to explain. Bond angle, and what are the different consequences of this bond angle of PS3 is approximately 92 degree or 93 degrees. Okay, so what we can conclude is, see, for phosphorus I can write this is 3s, this is 3p, 1 2 3 4 and 5. Can I write this much? Array Mariam,
Yes,
Abir.
sir.
Yes, sure, you
Yes,
can.
sir.
Yes, okay, fine. Now what I will do, we have s electron, p electrons. What I can conclude from here is, I will say maybe it is not hybridizing. Maybe these sp3, we are not forming sp3. Maybe what is happening, p is having one in x, one in y, and one in z. I'm not making the other half. Okay, I'm not making the other half. If I will make the other half, I will make it by some other color. Let me make this is the px, pz, and this is the py only. Okay, these are in one line, these are in one line. Okay, px and py, like this. So one hydrogen is coming from here, one hydrogen is coming from here. Okay, and the other hydrogen is coming from here, almost 90 degrees, and that is the experimental value. So we can conclude from experimental value, if the bond angle in pH3 is close to 90 degrees, then we can conclude that phosphorus doesn't hybridize its orbital. The p orbitals, and the p orbitals are responsible for formation. Okay, so this is something that we have concluded from this experimental value. What happens is, first of all, we observe. I've shown you the scientific method many times. Observe, then theory, make a relation, then the next thing that you do is predict. Okay, then you check if it is correct, then it is fine, it is okay, accepted. And if it is not correct, then it is either rejected. If it is not correct in any cases. But if it is correct in majority of the cases and somewhere it is not applicable, then we say limitation. Okay, so what we can say, the hybridization concept has a limitation where in pH3 and subsequent elements, nitrogen, phosphorus, nitrogen, phosphorus, PS, nitrogen, no place as, tell me what will be here, no place as
BR. I mean,
sober.
yeah.
Now, okay.
Birmingham.
Yes, Birmingham. Now what I can say here is, if we go downward this way, these doesn't take part in hybridization. These doesn't take part in hybridization, and the elements they don't take part in elements. They don't take part in hybridization. Which elements? The elements below nitrogen, and the molecule forms formed by the elements or atoms not taking part in hybridization are called Dragos compound. Dragos compound or Dragos molecule or Dragos molecule. Okay, and this is also seen here also, H2O. And further, what we have? Us se te po. The further hydrides of group 16, hydrides of don't hybridize. This is the conclusion. Now, what we can predict now from this conclusion is see this bond, this bond, this bond, all, and this lone pair. Okay, in NH3, all the electrons and the lone pair also is present in where? These all are present in sp3 hybridized orbital, correct? And what about ps3, where this lone pair present?
sp3.
No, we just said that p does not take part in
It does
hybridization.
not take
Oh,
part
yeah,
in
yeah.
hybridization,
So,
sir.
see,
Yes, sir.
this is the lone pair, na? This will form bond with H. This for H. This will go with H. Correct? The single pair. Now this electron, this will be the lone pair. Correct? And so we can say
Yes.
that this is present in S. This is present in S orbit. Now you tell me. If nitrogen has to donate these electrons and phosphorus has to donate this electron, so which will be easily available? The electrons of nitrogen or the electrons of phosphorus for donation?
Nitrogen.
Yes, nitrogen. Why nitrogen? Because it is present in sp3, and in sp3, this hybrid orbital has more characteristics of what? The p orbitals, correct? And p orbitals are diffused. They are away from the nucleus. They are less attracted towards the nucleus. Hence, what it will do? It will be easily donated. And for phosphorus, this will be not the case. This will be not the case. And hence we say, NH3 can donate electron easily as it is present in where? sp3. Therefore, NH3 is basic in nature. Okay. Now we have done with bond angles. We will start with bond order. For simple, if I say simple molecules, so you know. For H2, what is the bond order for H2? You will just say what is the number of bonds. What will be the number of bonds? H.
Two.
H.
Sorry, one.
Bond order is equal to 1. Now, if I say for Cn negative, you will draw the Lewis dot structure, correct? 2s8 Fc. So what is the total valence electron? It will be triple bond. Carbon has how many valence electron? 4. Nitrogen has 5. This for electron 1. This will be equal to how much? 10.
8.
So this will be
No, 10, yeah.
first of all, let us just do this. Let us draw the electrons. We have one bond, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now what will happen? The nitrogen does not have its octet complete, so this carbon will be giving. Now we will be having 1, 2, 3, and nitrogen with one lone pair. Carbon with 3 bonds and a lone pair, it will be getting a negative charge. Nitrogen will be neutral. So what we can see, the bond order is equal to 3. Okay. Okay. Now moving on to some things which are different. For example, if I see about NO3 negative, NO3 negative, see the Lewis dot structure, have a command in Lewis dot structure. Nitrogen as skeleton first, O, 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 and O. Okay. Now what you have to do? You have to fill in the electrons. Okay, fine. You will do this on in your home. I'm just doing this now. Negative, negative, positive. This will be the structure, and you will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have done this also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now what will be the bond order here? Any idea, Mariam? Can I have you, please?
4.
Oh, okay, fine. Let us see. Let us see. In nitrogen, the bond order for this type of molecule, that is polyatomic molecules, what do we say? I have told you that these bonds, they will not stay here. They will delocalize. Correct?
3.
This will be like this. Correct? So what you have to do here is, first of all, count the total number of bonds. How many total number of bonds? Total number of bonds are 4. Okay. Now then divide how many of them are shared between same group. See, NO is a group. Again, NO is a group. Again, NO is a group. So these 4 bonds are shared between 3 NOs. 3 NO groups. Divided by 3, we will get it as 1.33. Then again, you have, for example, question NO2 positive. Okay, so what will be the bond order? Is equal to 4 by 2. That will be equal to 2. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, fine. Now you can say that for bond order, you will determine the bond order and bond order. If the bond order is high, bond length will be low. See, if the bond order is high, those atoms are tightly packed with them. If they are tightly packed, the bond length will decrease. The bond length will decrease. Now, next, let us see a few things about bond angles. Yes, can I look at this picture? I can look at this picture, yes. Now you tell me about here. What will be the bond angle? Can you tell me anything about bond angles and bond length? Any relation can you find here? Mariam, if I ask you, the hydrogen's electron will be shifted nearer. The hydrogen's electron will be shifted nearer, correct?
Yeah.
So if they will be nearer, then what I can say, if they will be nearer, then the
Bond length decreases.
this hydrogen will also be nearer to nitrogen, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. So if bond angle increases,
The bond length
decreases,
also.
correct? Bond length also. Bond angle increases, then we can say that bond length
will increase.
How increase? It will decrease now. Then if the electrons were shifted here, repulsion was maximum. These bond angles increase. If the bond angles increase, what did we see? bond length decrease na.
So how?
Ahmed, yes. Just for the sake of simplicity, I'm just taking 2 hydrogens. One hydrogen is below there, okay, in back side. Now you tell me the electrons will be nearer to nitrogen, correct?
Yes, sir.
That means if the nitrogen will be pulling the electrons, the hydrogen's nucleus will also be shifted towards the electron. See, the electron is here. This is electron, and here it was the nucleus previously. Now what happened? Nitrogen came and it attracted the nucleus towards itself. So this nucleus has no option. It cannot go far away. This was the scene 1. Scene. The next final state, what happened? Nitrogen, this nucleus will also be pulled by the virtue of this electron moving this way. This nucleus will also move this way. Correct? So now the nucleus is here, the electron is here, nitrogen is here only. Nitrogen doesn't change any places. This is electron, this is nucleus. Correct? So what we can see is, if the electronegativity is higher, what is happening? This atom is getting towards and pulled by nitrogen indirectly, as the nitrogen is pulling the electrons. So the bond length will increase or decrease. If hydrogen comes nearer to nitrogen, the bond length will decrease, na?
Yes,
Bond
sir.
length will decrease. Now, if I ask you the bond lengths for CH4, NH3, and H2O, can you compare?
S2O will have higher bond length,
And
then NH3, and then CH4 will
okay.
come.
And then CH4 will come. Okay, fine. So you can see a trend of electronegativity also, na? C, then there is a carbon. I asked you to carbon, nitrogen, and then oxygen. So you can see a trend that oxygen, if you go this way, the electronegativity also increasing. And the basic principle is the electronegativity 1 only. Okay, fine, great. Just now you have to add a few more points. If the bond
Okay,
length decreases, bond strength increases. But there is one exception that I will tell you now only. If we have fluorine and fluorine, correct, F2 molecule, and we compare it to Cl2 and Cl2, what will happen here is the bond length will increase like this. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Why it will increase? Because the Cl has larger atoms. Cl are larger atom. In a group, if we go down the group, what will happen? The bond length will increase. But bond strength of
The less
Cl2
atoms,
is
the
greater than F2. The bond strength of Cl2 is greater than F2. Why? See, the fluorine has smaller bond length, but they have the same type of lone pairs. That is how much? 6 lone pairs. That's chlorine also. Oh, I did a mistake. Such a blunder. I wrote Cl2. 6 lone pairs. Both have 6 lone pairs. Now you tell me, fluorine, which has smaller size, and this chlorine has
bigger size. One
and
cell
the
more
bond length is also higher. Bond length is also higher.
high.
And we have this. Now, both of them has same number of lone pairs. Where will be the repulsion high? In fluorine or Cl2?
Repulsion will be high in fluorine.
Yes, repulsion is high in fluorine. F2 has greater repulsion than Cl2. That means if it has greater repulsion, we can break F2 easily.
Yes, sir.
And hence we have to provide less energy to break that bond.
Yes, sir.
Hence F2 has lower bond strength. We
Strength.
have to provide less bond energy for it. Okay.